Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Today's Good Friday, so as I have promised yesterday, we probably keep the analysis of the euro currency and the goal for a weekend, because in this case we'll have to make the same video as today as on Mondays, just because this will be probably low activity today, and it would be better if we'll take a look at something else, because I know that at least many forumers, our members, asking me about different currencies in our private messages. So and particularly interesting the Japanese yen. So I think that we could take a look at the Japanese yen, but not in a perspective of the today's trading on intraday charts. Besides, currently we do not see something really special, but mostly in a bit longer perspective. And from that standpoint, in general, you can see the bullish performance of the Japanese yen. And in general, yen likes to form butterflies. So if you could see, we have a huge monthly, this is monthly chart, guys, head and shoulders pattern. As a part of the pattern is also the butterfly, as you can see. It actually was the butterfly that we have mentioned earlier, even in the beginning while we were working on the ForexPeaceArmy with this chart. So it's 1618 butterfly here. The market has completely has become the big part of the pattern. Now the second part of the pattern stands in place, and now market again is forming the butterfly. Potentially, the target of this pattern, this classical target, is the OP, which is stand around 150 approximately. But as you understand, this is still long run to go for the Japanese yen. We have few intermediate targets, and many of you probably think about the possible position taken. Here, some bullish position in anticipation of the further upward action. How it would be better to do this? So based on this pattern, you could see that the right arm is also the butterfly, and the minimum nearest target of this stands around 133. It's right here. Market right now overbought on all time frames except maybe daily. So on weekly chart it is overbought, on monthly chart it stands near overbought as well. So if even Japanese yen keep going higher, probably it will be not very fast in the nearest time. Anyway, this is first intermediate target 133, next one will be 142. At the same time, well, unfortunately on this chart we do not have enough history to put this level here, but if we'll take a look at the longer chart of the Japanese yen, you could see that market is coming to the significant fib resistance. This is 127. Taking into consideration that market is overbought, it's really big chance exists that more or less acceptable pullback might happen. That might be used for considering taking the long position, especially if there will be some bullish continuation patterns, something like bread and butter trade, for example, on the daily chart. So that will be nearest level to keep an eye on. So potentially the next level, the final history that I have here will be around 138. So, but currently we are watching for this nearest level that might be reached and soon could trigger some pullback, or at least provide the chance for taking the position. Besides, here as you can see the previous tops as well stand, so maybe market will show a retracement here. On the weekly chart, we also see that inside this butterfly, this ABCD pattern, we have another target, which is also stands 133. This level is perfectly agrees with the target of the butterfly right here. So we can see the XOP agrees with this level. That's the next level to watch for. It might happen that market just will treat the overall area here between 127 and 133 as a united resistance cluster, and some volatility, choppy action could appear here starting the pullback. So currently difficult to say whether the market shows the pullback directly from the 127, or it will hit first the target, completes the butterfly, and then starts the pullback. But anyway, that's an area that makes sense to keep an eye on for a possible retracement, if you intend to take position on the Japanese yen. For scalp traders, you also could watch for these levels, because on the lower time frames, on the hourly charts, it might form some bearish reversal patterns that also you could use in scalp trading. Finally, on the daily chart, we do not see something really special here. The one thing to mention is probably the possible pullback. So this is great for us actually, well, if market will start to form some bread and butter pullback or something of that sort, it means that probably it makes sense to consider the level around 123, 124, because all other levels, although they are attractive and based on this thrusting action, they are stand below the daily oversold. And taking the overall sentiment that stands around the Japanese yen, and taking into consideration that market has not completed yet the important targets, because on the weekly OP already has been passed, XOP has not been reached. On this chart is also this target is also has not been reached. So that's why if retracement will happen in the current moment, it probably hardly will be very significant. So from that standpoint, if market starts reaction on 127 resistance that we have mentioned, so stands very close, this is probably the level that makes sense to consider, because hardly we will get more significant pullback here in the current situation. So that's just a brief vision of the Japanese yen, what we have, targets, extensions, and what levels you could consider depending on your strategy on this currency.